Hello everyone, Red Day here. Today we will be analyzing Jacq and Farigiraf. Before we start, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, let us start. So, Jacq and Farigiraf is a psychic type sync pair, but it is released after the psychic high score event, which can be a bit annoying. Its weakness is bug type, and it has the role of tech and the EX role of support. Its standard level 140 stats are HP 710, attack 312, defense 172, special attack 468, which is really high, special defense 172, and speed of 312. Now let us look at its moves. The first one is called Twin Beam, and it is a psychic type move, and its category is special attack. It has the power of 25, but because this move attacks twice in a row, so it will have 25 times 2 equals 50 power. It has an accuracy of 100, and it uses 2 gauges. It targets an opponent. This will be the major attack move of this Pokemon. And our next move is called Lumberry. Its category is special, and it only has 3 max uses. It targets an ally, removes all status conditions from an ally, but it won't be used for most occasions because of the passive skill, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so the third one is called Experimental Stored Power. This is a buddy move, and it is really strong. It has the type of psychic, and its category is special attack. It has a power of 150, but because of a lot of move multiplier, it will be about 300 power at least when you use it. It uses 2 gauges, which isn't a lot for a buddy move, and it targets an opponent. Activation condition: when the user's stats are raised by a total of 10 stats ranks or more. Deactivation condition: when the user's stats are raised by a total of 9 stats ranks or less. Never misses, except in certain circumstances. Successful hits with this attack become critical hits. The more the user's stats are raised, the greater the power of this attack. Removes all of the user's stack increases. So for the multiplier, every stat increase adds 0.1 times power, which means that this move has about 300 power at least when you use it, and 825 power at most because it has a times 5.5 power when all of your stats are raised. However, every stat increase will be removed, including speed, accuracy, evasiveness, and even critical hit rate, and the attack defense, special attack, and special defense. This cannot be cancelled by stat reduction defense or any other effect. So it means that after using this buddy move, every raised stat will be returned to normal, and you have nothing to do to prevent it. At last, we have our trainer move. It is called There You Have It, and its category is special. It has 2 max uses, and it targets itself. If the user's stats are raised, the amount of increase is doubled. Applies the gradual healing effect to the user, and applies the super effective next effect to the user. This ensures that the damage of the buddy move will be increased massively if you use this buddy move. And then we have our sync move. It's called Laid Back Biology Teacher Twin Beam, and it's psychic type, and its category is special attack as well. It has the power of 200, and it targets an opponent. The more the user's stats are raised, the greater the power of this attack. So it has about times 2 power if stats are raised to about 10. Which means because this Pokemon is really quick at raising stats, so it can deal a really good damage using its sync move. And now let's look at its passive skill. The first one is called Jaqq's Lesson. Reduces MP by 1 for the user's moves that have the berry effect tag, and raises its special attack and special defense by 2 stat ranks when its attack move is successful. This means that you don't even need to use the Lum Berry, and you can raise your special attack and special defense by 2 stat ranks each. This means it has a 4 stat rank raise in total because of this passive skill when it uses an attack move. The next one is called Sync Move Restore Berry MP 3. It restores 3 MP of the user's moves that have the berry effect tag after using its sync move. Because every Pokemon, like every sync pair, gets to use 3 moves, maybe it can be attack moves, maybe it can be trainer moves. So this means that it can have unlimited berries, which means unlimited special attack and special defense raise. So it means that the first passive skill can be used eternally. Okay, and our last passive skill is called Strike Stat Up to 9, which is the most important passive skill, and this whole sync pair relies on this passive skill to work. Has a 100% chance of raising one of the user's following stats by 2 stat ranks at random when its attack move hits. Attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. If the move has the multi-strike effect tag, has a 100% chance of raising one of the user's following stats by 2 stat ranks at random for each hit. Still, attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. This means that because of this passive skill, every time you use a twin beam, it can freely raise 4 stat ranks in random, and because of the Jaqq's Lesson, it can raise its special attack and special defense by 2 stat ranks each as well. So this means that it has 8 stats raised every move used, which is a lot. For our recommended lucky skill, I would choose Critical Strike 2 or Enlightenment 9 because of the effects of Experimental Stored Power removes all of the user's stat increase. Because of this effect, there is no way to prevent the decrease of the stat. So the only way not to prevent it, but to mitigate the decrease of the stats is Enlightenment 9. Okay, the best part, Sync Grit. At 1 out of 5, it only has Unflappable, prevent the user from flinching. And at 2 out of 5, it has Natural Remedy, Be Stored Power, move God Refresh 3, Ghost God, Twin Beam, move God Refresh 3, Twin Beam, Super Duper Effective 9, On the Run 1, Super Duper Effective 3, Grass God, Key Move Precision 1, and Quick Cure. So basically, as a summary, at 2 out of 5, it gets some move damage multiplier if it is super effective. And at 3 out of 5, it gets Stacking Strike 9, Rising Tide, 2 Sync Move Power plus 25, Vigilance, Unfortunate Strike 9, Trainer Sync Redemption 1, Adrenaline 1, Twin Beam Strike Flinch 1, and Sync Damage God. So, as a summary, at 3 out of 5, it gets Rising Tide at its Sync multiplier, and Unfortunate Strike 9 to lower opponent's stats, which you can use it for some utility sync pairs, and Stacking Strike 9 to raise critical hit rate in 2 moves, because this Pokemon doesn't have any way to raise its critical hit rate himself. Okay, and at 4 out of 5, it gets T-Move Grain Gain 9 and Soften Up 1, which isn't really that usual, because you can always reset it, the battle, and then you can reset it and do it again if you don't critical hit your opponents. And at 5 out of 5, it has strike special defense down 9, which means that you can have a 100% of lowering the special defense of opponents when its attack move is successful. And sync move 7 stats up 1, which means that you will have all 7 stats to be raised by 1 stat rank each after its sync move. But you won't invest it that much to 5 out of 5 to only get these 2 sync grades. Okay, now for our recommended sync grades. There isn't that many because there is only one. For this Pokemon, it is recommended to use it as a sync nuke pair. And we've got Stack and Strike 9, which means that I can raise its critical hit rate in 2 rounds, which we've mentioned before. And it gets Rising Tide as its sync nuke multiplier, and Super Duper Effective 3 to deal larger damage using its buddy move, and 2 sync move power plus 25. And there is also Twin Beam Strike Flinch 1, because I have to choose it in order to get sync move power plus 25 and super duper effective 3 as well. But for this tile, Strike Flinch 1, it means that it has a 40% chance of flinching your opponents when this attack move hits, which can be pretty useful to perma flinch opponents. Now, let's conclude this pair by looking at its advantages and disadvantages. For the advantages, it is a good psychic damage dealer, but not as good as Stephen or the other pairs though. And it is really fast at raising stats, which can be really good because there is the sync move damage multiplier. When its stats are raised, it will get a really big damage multiplier. But for its disadvantages, there are just too many psychic damage dealers which are even better, such as SS Stephen, which can do everything better than him, and SS Lucamine, which is even better than Jacq, and even Lear to a certain extent. And also, this is a pretty big disadvantage of this Pokemon that makes it worse than SS Stephen or the other pairs. This is that raise stats are returned to normal after buddy move, and you need to raise it again and again. And the last one might be a bit off topic, but it is released after the Psychic High Score event, which means there is really no urgent to use this pair, and you can wait for it to rerun, and when you have enough germs, you can pull it again. So in a nutshell, I won't suggest you to pull this pair, but it is a bit better than follow though. Before you go, remember to like and subscribe because that helps a ton. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye.